To abandon Taiwan would be to abandon democracy and freedom. President Xi was the solid partner of Putin in Ukraine. What a contrast between the way the people of Taiwan and the Communist Party of China deal with Ukraine. We're going to start making China pay a greater price for what they're doing all over the world.
各位贵宾，请就座。
Please be seated.
总统致辞。
The President will now deliver her remarks.
葛瑞姆参议员、孟南德兹参议员、波尔参议员、波特曼参议员、塞斯参议员、杰克森众议员、孙夏雅处长、各位贵宾以及我们各位同仁，大家好。
The Honorable Senators Graham, Menendez, Burr, Portman, and Sass, the Honorable Representative Jackson, Director Alkirk, distinguished guests, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. 欢迎各位议员访问台湾。这次访团的团员横跨两院，也横跨两党，显示台湾在美国国会获得跨党派的高度支持。在座贵宾都是台湾的好朋友，非常感谢各位长期在美国国会坚定支持台湾，积极推动台美关系的发展。
I extend a very warm welcome to you all. The members of this delegation represent the Senate and House of Representatives and hail from both political parties. This demonstrates that Taiwan enjoys strong bipartisan support throughout the United States Congress. You are all good friends of Taiwan. Thank you for your enduring support for Taiwan in the U.S. Congress and for proactively advancing the development of Taiwan-U.S. relations.
今天也很高兴再次看到葛瑞姆参议员和芬兰德兹参议员。葛瑞姆参议员在1999年担任联邦众议员的时候就曾经来到台湾。那么在2016年我就任总统不久后，也再次来访。
I am delighted to see Senator Graham and Senator Menendez once again. Senator Graham visited Taiwan in 1999 as a U.S. representative and again in 2016, not long after I took office as president.
在过去20多年来 ，Senator Graham 在加强台美双边的经贸关系、支持台湾的国际参与等方面，都有重要的贡献，是台湾在美国国会重要的支持力量。
Senator Graham, in the past 2 decades, you have contributed much to enhancing Taiwan-U.S. trade relations and staunchly supported Taiwan's international participation. You are a pillar of strength for Taiwan in the U.S. Congress.
Senator Menendez 是从2009年担任参院台湾连线共同主席以来，多次领衔发起友台议案，强化台湾安全，提升台美关系，是台湾在美国国会的坚定友人。
Senator Menendez has been co-chair of the Senate Taiwan Caucus since 2009 and has introduced numerous pro-Taiwan bills, strengthening Taiwan's security and elevating Taiwan-U.S. relations. We are fortunate to count you among Taiwan's staunchest friends on Capitol Hill.
我还记得我在2019年7月出访过境美国 ，Senator Menendez 也专程从华府赶到纽约参加欢迎酒会，展现对台湾真挚的支持。
I also recall that when I made a transit stop in the U.S. in July 2019, Senator Menendez, you took the time to travel from Washington, D.C. to New York to attend the welcoming reception. This was a sincere show of support for Taiwan.
台美之间能够有坚若磐石的情谊，就是因为有各位贵宾能够跟我们一起努力。就在这个月的10号，台湾关系法立法届满43年， 各位在这个时候来访格外具有意义。我们相信台美将持续深化交流，创造更多的合作成果。
Thanks to your efforts in working with us, Taiwan and the U.S. have been able to build a strong, rock-solid relationship. April 10th marked the 43rd anniversary of Taiwan Relations Act, which makes your visit all the more meaningful. We believe that as Taiwan and the U.S. continue to deepen exchanges, cooperation will yield even more fruitful results.
过去几年来，台美透过全球合作及训练架构，也就是 GCTF， 还有印太民主治理咨商等机制，一起在印太区域推动民主、良善治理及人权价值。
In the past few years, Taiwan and the U.S. have worked together through such mechanisms as the Global Cooperation and Training Framework, GCTF, and the U.S.-Taiwan consultations on democratic governance in the Indo-Pacific region to help promote democracy, good governance, and human rights throughout the region.
俄国入侵乌克兰的事件也显示，民主国家应该强化结盟的力量，共同防御威权国家对于区域和平的干扰以及威胁。
Russia's invasion of Ukraine has proven that democracies must bolster their alliances, and collectively we can defend ourselves from the threats posed by authoritarian nations that seek to disrupt regional peace.
台湾一直是美国在印太区域最坚实的伙伴，我们期待能够在新的印太战略中扮演积极的角色，和美国等理念相近的国家继续共同维持印太区域的和平稳定。
Taiwan has always been a staunch, unwavering partner to the U.S. in the Indo-Pacific region. We look forward to playing an active role in the new Indo-Pacific strategy and working with the U.S. and other like-minded countries to continue to safeguard regional peace and stability.
此外，台湾也期待能与美国共同促进印太地区经贸交流合作，并且带来更多的繁荣。
Taiwan also looks forward to working with the U.S. to jointly promote economic cooperation and trade in the Indo-Pacific region, stimulating further prosperity.
最后，再次欢迎各位来访，也希望美国国会共同为捍卫民主价值，我们一起努力。谢谢大家。
In closing, I once again welcome you to Taiwan and hope that we can continue our partnership with the U.S. Congress to defend democratic values. Thank you.
Thank you.
请联邦参议院预算委员会共和党首席议员葛瑞姆参议员致辞。
Now, Ranking Member of the Senate Committee on the Budget, Senator Graham will deliver his remarks.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you for those kind words. It means a lot to all of us.
谢谢蔡总统，您刚刚的致辞内容对我们意义深远。
America has been politically divided, but I want you to know when it comes to Taiwan, we're united.
美国的政界两党意见诸多分歧，但是我们两党一起来台湾，我们是团结的。
The Russian invasion of the Ukraine and the Communist Chinese provocative behavior has united America unlike any time I've seen in recent memory.
在俄罗斯入侵乌克兰之际，面对中国威胁的台湾，然后使得我们美国呢，面对台湾这样子的议题，中国的威胁，我们也是空前的团结。
Why are we here? We're here to show support for what we love.
我们来此次来访，我们要展现对台湾的支持以及对台湾的热爱。
We love freedom.
我们热爱自由。
We love the ability to achieve your individual dreams.
我们热爱台湾能够展现现在成就的这一切的能力。
We love the ability to pick our own leaders.
我们也非常热爱我们能够自己自由选择我们领导人的权利。
We love the rule of law, and we hate the rule of gun.
我们热爱法治。
It is often asked, what would America do if the Communist Chinese Party became more provocative against Taiwan?
我们在此呢，另外一个重点就是，当中国对台湾的日益挑衅加剧的时候，我们该怎么因应？
I am convinced we would stand for what we love. We would stand with you.
我们相信，只要我们珍视我们所热爱的一切，我们一定会积极的因应。
To abandon Taiwan would be to abandon democracy and freedom.
因为如果放弃台湾，就相当于放弃了自由以及民主，
It would be to abandon free trade.
也甚至放弃了自由贸易。
It would reward the worst in humanity.
那这样子对我们全人类都是非常重大的遗憾。
As we're here today to show our support for Taiwan, all of us have our hearts broken regarding the people of Ukraine.
当我们在此展现对台湾的支持的时候，我们对于在乌克兰发生的一切也感到痛心疾首。
The people of Taiwan have sent almost $40 million worth of assistance to the people of Ukraine.
台湾人民已经慷慨捐赠了近4000万美金的物资给乌克兰。
The Communist Chinese Party, President Xi, has aided and abetted the war criminal Putin.
反观中国，他们所做的一切等于是在助长俄罗斯的暴行。
The CIA director gave his speech in America today, Mr. Burns, who we all have a lot of faith in and support of, said that President Xi was the solid partner of Putin in Ukraine.
今天，美国中情局的局长也在演讲当中提到了，针对俄罗斯的情势发表意见，并表示习近平事实上是普丁最忠实的盟友。
What a contrast between the way the people of Taiwan and the Communist Party of China deal with Ukraine.
因此，在乌克兰的情势当中，中共以及台湾人民之间的反应的差距呢，非常的对比，非常的鲜明。
In economic terms, Taiwan is indispensable to the digital economy for the world and the United States.
在经济层面呢，台湾是全世界以及美国在数位方面不可或缺的伙伴。
We hope to strengthen the ties even more economically.
因此，我们希望能够进一步强化跟台湾的经济关系。
We hope you buy the 787.
非常希望说，我们接下来能够有非常良好的成果。
Made in South Carolina. I just want to let you know that while we've been watching the Ukraine on television, while it has broken our hearts, the American people understand how important you are to us.
我想告诉大家，当我们在电视上看到乌克兰的一切的时候，我们真的痛心疾首。也要告诉大家，美国人民非常彻底的了解台湾对美国有多么重要。
There's a backlash growing in the world to thuggery and to the bad guys. There's a backlash in this world.
因此，全世界其实有非常大的舆论压力呢，正在齐聚一起，在针对我们所看到的暴行呢，齐声谴责。
NATO is getting stronger, not weaker.
现在北约呢更加的强大，而不是更加的脆弱。
The Arabs and the Israelis are working together to deal with the threat from Iran.
甚至阿拉伯人跟以色列人在这个情况之下呢，也团结一起来帮忙。
I believe that there's a backlash growing against the oppression of the Chinese Communist Party worldwide.
因此呢，这个时候的压力，其实对于中国共产党来讲，他们对全世界的许多的压迫，现在也是有一股反抗的力量。
So here's my promise to you and the Taiwanese people.
所以呢，这个时候呢，对台湾人民来讲，也是一大利多。
We're going to start making China pay a greater price for what they're doing all over the world.
中国所对全世界所做的一切，我们是时候要让他们能够付出更庞大的代价了。
The support for Putin must come with a price.
支持普丁本应付出代价。
The never-ending cyber attacks on your economy and your people by the Communist Chinese needs to come with a price.
中国共产党对台湾人民进行网络攻击，对台湾的经济进行网络攻击，这也要付出代价。
I want you to be encouraged that the American people are more united than ever behind the idea of freedom.
我要告诉大家，激励大家，现在美国人民在自由的前提之下，更加的团结。
God bless you and the people of Taiwan.
愿上帝保佑台湾人民，以及保佑各位。
现在请联邦参议院外交委员会孟南德兹主席致辞。
Now, Chairman of the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, Senator Menendez, will deliver his remarks.
下中好, thank you very much for welcoming us, Madam President, to you and your distinguished foreign minister, your national security advisor, and your distinguished staff. We're thrilled to be here with the director of our offices here, who does an extraordinary job in promoting our relationship, and with a distinguished group of colleagues.
好，非常谢谢大家对我热烈的欢迎，尤其是特别谢谢蔡总统、吴部长、各位幕僚的成员，还有孙小雅处长，尤其是孙小雅处长对于促进台湾跟美国之间的邦谊不遗余力。
As the co-chair of the Taiwan Caucus, I am proud to be back to reaffirm our rock-solid relationship with Taiwan.
身为台湾国会连线的共同主席，我非常高兴能够再次来到台湾，来进一步深化台湾对美国对台湾坚若磐石的支持。
And I hope, Madam President, that our presence here at a time in which the world is in conflict, where our attention could be called to many other places, that in fact this distinguished delegation is here in Taiwan at this time, sends a powerful message to you and the Taiwanese people.
现在正当全球陷入冲突之际，陷入混乱之际，我们这个访团来到了台湾，此时此刻更是展现了非常重要的讯息，发出重要的讯息给台湾人民。
The delegation, as I know you appreciate, is pretty not just diverse and bipartisan, but high-ranking. Not only do you have the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee here, you have the senior Republican on the Budget and Appropriations Committee, you have the senior Republican on the Homeland Security Committee, you have two of the most senior members of the Intelligence Committee, the distinguished member from the House who's on the Foreign Relations Committee. So you have a high-level delegation whose attention could be brought any place in the world, and for which many of our colleagues are right now in Europe dealing with the challenges of Ukraine. But we understand that here in Taiwan, here in this region, this is where the future is.
我们这一次的访问团的组成非常的多元，不只是跨党派、跨两院，甚至也来自不同的委员会。举凡有外交的委员会、有卫生教育的委员会、国土安全的委员会，甚至还有众议院外交委员会的成员都来到了这边。可见的，我们这一次的访团层级之高。那当然，现在全世界当关注点都聚集在欧洲的时候，我们也都知道说，台湾其实也很重要。因此，当我们这个代表团把焦点放在台湾的时候，代表说台湾以及这个印太地区是未来。
The Chinese government issued to our offices and publicly a communique that they are very unhappy that we are here, but that did not dissuade us from coming.
中国方面对我们各自的办公室都已经发出了信函，表示他们的不满，对于此行表示不满，但是我们并没有因此退缩。
And it won't dissuade us in the future in supporting Taiwan.
我们因此没有退缩，坚定地要支持我们对台湾的承诺。
Two final points. One is we seek no conflict with China, as I believe Taiwan seeks no conflict with China.
那对台湾表达支持有两个重点，第一个就是我们跟中国不寻求冲突，就如同台湾不主动挑衅一样。
In fact, the United States and the West invited China into the international order to be part of following international engagement and international rules. Unfortunately, it accepted the invitation on trade, but has not acted within the international order.
当初美国以及西方的各国当初就已经邀请中国加入世界秩序，希望中国也能够遵从这个世界秩序。可惜中国当初也接受了这份邀请，加入了世界的贸易体系，但选择不遵守世界的秩序。
And so the question before us is not a choice between the United States and China. It's a choice between what worlds do we want to live in.
现在当前的课题并不是在中美之间做一个选择，而是选择我们接下来要居住在什么样的世界当中。
Do we want to live in a world in which we are free to choose those who govern us? Do we want to live in a world where we are free because of our intellect and capacity to create great products and services, to be able to enjoy the benefits of that? Do we want to live in a world where we are free to ultimately decide how we worship and so much more? Or do we seek to live in a world where our thoughts, our freedom, our ability to create, our ability to govern ourselves, our ability to worship as we please is decided by someone else?
我们可以选择两种世界。第一种世界就是我们能够选择自己的政府的世界，在这个世界当中，我们能够凭借自己的智慧来创造有价值的产品以及服务。或者也可以选择另一种世界，在这个世界当中，我们所有的思想、自由、创作的能力，还有自我管辖的能力，都受制于人。
And so that is the choice before us, and it is in that spirit that we come here to Taiwan. Let me just say that with Taiwan producing 90% of the world's high-end semiconductor products, it is a country of global significance, of global consequence, of global impact, and therefore it should be understood that the security of Taiwan has a global impact for those who would wish it ill.
我们眼前的选择很多，我们也是基于这样子的一个选择精神来到台湾。我们必须了解到，台湾出产全球90%的高端半导体，因此台湾对全球来讲有一定的重要性跟影响力。因此，全世界必须了解到，台湾的安全会冲击着全世界。
That in and of itself, in addition to the respect that we have for Taiwan as a country where the rule of law, transparency, the respect of the human individual, the choices that people get to make would be sufficient to answer the question, will we support Taiwan? The answer is yes. Thank you.
除了上述之外，再加上我们对于台湾的法治、台湾的治理透明、台湾人民对自我的选择，这一切的尊重，基于这份对台湾的尊重，如果还要再问说是否要支持台湾的话，那答案绝对是肯定的。谢谢。
现在请联邦参议院卫生、教育、劳工及年金委员会共和党首席议员波尔参议员致辞。
Now, Ranking Member of the Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions, Senator Burr will deliver his remarks.
Madam President, thank you for this audience and this time together with you and your leadership.
蔡总统，还有各位，大家好！非常感谢大家对我的欢迎，还有非常感谢蔡总统在这个国家的治理以及领导。
I'm here to commend your leadership as it relates to the COVID challenge the world has faced.
在此，我要肯定蔡总统的领导，尤其是带领台湾在全球疫情当中能够有杰出的成就。
I think it's relevant when you look at the Ukraine and you look at COVID. It's made every country in the world begin to rethink their supply chain needs.
当我们看到乌克兰的战争以及全球疫情的严峻时，我们不得不重新反思我们全球的供应链的议题。
My hope and my belief is that as the United States and Europe begins to recreate the architecture of a supply chain, that we look at this area of the world as an integrated part of that supply chain.
我们希望说，美国跟欧洲能够重新重视全球一体化的情势、全球化的情势，来重新审视我们对于供应链的一个议题的省思。
We have a rich history of partnership, but it's a partnership we think that can grow immensely.
美国非常珍视跟台湾的伙伴关系，而这份伙伴关系，我们也认为接下来还有很多成长的空间。
Madam President, you probably noticed that I have an American Ukraine pin on my collar. It's no disrespect to Taiwan.
可能总统也有注意到，说我翻领上面所别的胸针呢，是美国跟乌克兰双国旗的外交胸针。这一点就是要特别彰显我们的支持。
This is a constant reminder to myself and to our partners around the world that we don't leave anybody in conflict. We're there as partners to the end. Thank you.
虽然说带着美国跟乌克兰的胸针来台湾，并不是说要对台湾表达不敬，而是说透过这样子的胸针的佩戴，希望说能够自己提醒自己，我们现在面对这样子的战争有多么的重要，必须要珍视这样子的伙伴关系。谢谢。
请联邦参议院国土安全委员会共和党首席议员波特曼参议员致辞。
Now, Ranking Member of the Senate Committee on Homeland Security, Senator Portman, will deliver his remarks.
Thank you, Madam President. I didn't know I would have the opportunity to give a speech today. When you put a politician next to a microphone, sometimes it gets very long.
好，谢谢蔡总统。我其实并不知道我今天要致辞。那面对麦克风的时候，通常会有很多变数。
I'll try to avoid that. First, I want to thank you for welcoming us today, for your strong leadership, the courageous stances that you have taken on many issues, including encouraging your national security in the face of the threat from China. And I want to thank you for hiring Minister Wu, because we consider him to be an Ohio Buckeye.
首先要非常谢谢对我们访团热情的款待，以及非常谢谢您过去几年的领导。那我们知道说您的领导包含了非常多的领域，当然也包括了就是国安的议题、面对中国威胁等。也要特别感谢您指派吴钊燮部长担任外交部长，因为在我们心目中他是最优秀的部长。
We have something in common. Both Minister Wu and I taught at the Ohio State University. He was a distinguished PhD. I was just another politician.
我还记得很多年以前，当吴部长还在美国留学读博士班的时候，当时我还是一个年轻的政治家，年轻的政治人物。然后当时我们就有非常多的交流。
We're here to support Taiwan and to try to deepen an already strong relationship as it relates to the economy, to our shared values, particularly the fact that you stand here so close to China as a democracy and a model to others.
这次访台呢，当然就是要展现对台湾的支持。除此之外呢，也希望说能够深化双边的关系，尤其是在经济还有共同价值的面向等等，以及台湾作为这么临近中国的一个民主体制，真的十分难得。
We would like to deepen our partnership with you in the effort to increase the prosperity, the security, the economy of the Indo-Pacific area.
除此之外，我们也希望能够深化我们的伙伴关系，来共同促进印太地区的繁荣安全。
This is why you must be a member of the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework that we are beginning, and why it would be very important for us to have a free trade agreement with Taiwan.
因此，我们希望台湾能够成为印太经济框架的一个成员。除此之外呢，更重要的是，也希望美国跟台湾能够有自由贸易协定。
This is why we must deepen our bilateral economic relationship generally. Senator Graham talked about the 787s being made in South Carolina. He neglected to say that the engines are made in Ohio.
那这就是为什么跟台湾的经济关系一定要进一步深化。刚刚 Graham 参议员有提到，就是在南卡那边所生产的787客机呢，他们的引擎呢来自俄亥俄州。
Thank you for your hospitality today, and best of luck to you.
好，非常感谢。
现在请联邦参议院塞斯参议员致辞。
Now, Senator Sass will deliver his remarks.
Thank you, Madam President, for hosting us. It is great to be with you. Kudos as well on your representative in Washington, D.C. She does a great job advocating for you and telling your story.
非常感谢蔡总统对我们的热烈欢迎。我在华府呢，也跟萧大使有非常多的交流，他真的是非常的优秀。
I will be brief and just associate myself with the comments of my 4 colleagues thus far. But in addition, I would underscore the point about the commerce and the trade and the fraternity between our peoples. Taiwan is the 8th largest trading partner of the United States, but many of those countries are the size of Japan and Germany. On a per capita basis, only our immediate neighbors of Canada and Mexico exceed our per capita trade with Taiwan, our 3rd largest trading partner at a per capita level.
好，由于刚刚非常多同事都已经讲到我想讲的重点了，因此呢，我在那之上呢再做进一步的补充。那美国呢非常珍视跟台湾之间的贸易、还有商业、还有之间的关系，以及跟台湾之间的兄弟情谊。那台湾是美国的第8大贸易伙伴。那前7大的国家基本上都是德国跟日本等规模的国家。那就以人均方面来讲呢，台湾是美国第3大的贸易伙伴，能够赢过台湾的也都只是邻近的加拿大跟墨西哥。
Obviously, the vast majority of that is chips, and that is a testimony to a system of democratic capitalism that honors the dignity of people and fosters innovation. The Chinese Communist Party envies what you have in TSMC, but is unable to replicate it because a system that puts people in jail for economic failure doesn't lead to innovation and creativity that comports with the dignity of people.
美国跟台湾之间的贸易有很大一部分的内容呢，就是台湾的晶片，这彰显了在民主的环境之下，当人们都有尊严的时候呢，人民就有创新的能力。这跟中国相差甚远。中国因此很嫉妒台湾，很羡慕台湾。可是中国没有办法制作出像台湾这么厉害的晶片，这么优秀的晶片，是因为在中国很多人才，他们可能因为小小的失败或者意见不一样，就遭到了羁押，就被关了起来。因此，他们的人民没有办法有创造力。
In closing, I would just say that to the folks across the straits paying attention to this meeting, the world has noticed what has been happening in Ukraine. The world has noticed the dignity of the Ukrainian people who resist tyranny, and the world and America's citizens have noticed that the Chinese Communist Party gave the green light to Vladimir Putin to bully and attack unprovoked his neighbors. The world knows what side the Chinese Communist Party leadership was on, and the world increasingly stands not only with Ukraine, but with Taiwan.